Hi, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to give a brief overview of the Atari 5200. Is it a system worth collecting for? Well, let's take a look. And this beast is the Atari 5200 system. As you can see, it is huge. This area in the back here, that was used for storing controllers. And I have the 2-port system. As you can see, I have 2 controller ports as opposed to 4 in the other version. I'm not too sure what the differences are between the two systems. I know this version right here does have some compatibility issues, but I'm not too keen on what they are. And this right here is your Atari 5200 controller. It's somewhat similar in design to the Intellivision controller in the sense that it has like a numeric keypad and it has 2 fire buttons on either side, as well as a start, pause, and reset button. The problem with these controllers though is that they sucked, and it was very hard. It's very hard now to find a controller that works well. There's always something wrong with it. It might be the numeric keypad, it might be the start, pause, or reset buttons, or it could be the fire buttons. But the biggest problem is the analog stick, which is non-centering. So if you're moving to the right and you let the controller go, your character will keep moving to the right, which of course is a problem. But unlike the Intellivision, there is a way around the problem of these crappy controllers. And here is the Wico controller for the Atari 5200. This is one of the go-arounds, so you don't have to be stuck using the Atari 5200 controllers. It came in 2 types. This is the bat style controller. There's also another one that has like a ball on the top, so it looks more like an arcade stick. These of course are hard to find and they can be expensive, but they're pretty good controllers and they make your Atari 5200 games a lot easier to play. Although you must keep in mind when buying one that the controller comes with the Y cable. If you see it for sale just like this, I mean, you're not going to be able to use it because you need the Y cable. So just in case you're curious about it, it's a pretty good controller. Far as I know, the only other option would be the Competition Pro joystick, which I don't have that either. And now for the best part, let's check out some games. Okay, Mario Brothers. I never found this game very interesting or very appealing. It's okay. Basically, you got to eliminate all the creatures in the level. You just hit the level underneath them, causing them to fall onto their backs. Collect the bonus coins. Of course, they're only on their backs for a limited amount of time, so you got to act quickly. This POW, what this will do is it'll bump the creatures everywhere they are, but you can only do it a few times per level, so you don't want to use it waste. Oh no, I thought he was going the other way. Well, I don't want to be way up there. Okay, well, Mario just runs around like he's on ice. Gotta make sure when you use this that all the turtles are like on a platform. If they're like dropping down from one platform to another, you're gonna miss them. And of course, if you take too long, see, I took too long to knock him off. Now he's gonna get up. These flames will come after you too. The game is very challenging. You don't get much time to eliminate your enemies. I'll get him right here. And I'm too slow. Of course, now he's back to the top. And that's Mario Bros. Now this game was also on the Atari 2600, but on this version, the objects that you fight against are a lot easier to discern. Like right now, I'm destroying hamburgers, because we all know that's a, you know, an enemy of mankind, hamburgers. You have an energy meter at the bottom of the screen. If it runs out, you die. So you kind of have to hurry. You can also steer your shots, which helps out a lot. And I guess these are ice cream sandwiches. They're hard to hit. They're smaller, and their pattern's kind of erratic. Unlike Space Invaders, when the enemies reach the bottom of the screen, it doesn't end your game. They just continue on. Ah, that was stupid. Through the bottom and then back through the top again. At least I think they're ice cream sandwiches. Missed. Now this is the first time the enemies start actually attacking you. Of course, if you touch an enemy, they kill you, but they can also fire at you too. And since these ladybugs are so big and move in a regular pattern, they're very easy to pick off. Now, Space Invaders on the Atari 5200 is much different than the arcade version or the Atari version. The Invaders have a lot more color to them, more detail, but this game is very hard. Sometimes those shields get in the way more than anything. And of course they're already going fast. Oh, I thought I could squeeze by. There was a time when I was good at video games, but apparently that time has passed. Let's take a look at one more. Vanguard. This game is kind of fun. You hit those E's and you get energy. It makes you invincible. But it's, you know, of course, for a limited amount of time. Now in this game you can fire in 4 directions. Whichever way you move the joystick, you'll fire in that direction. You can go through obstacles too, that's kind of handy. More energy. There's a map. I think you may have noticed at the top right of the screen, because you'll change directions and the enemies will change every so often. And here's where it starts to get a little bit more difficult because, yeah, you got this weird angle. I like the music. It's catchy. Games like this, it's better to try to avoid the enemies than it is to try to shoot them. Concentrate on avoiding them. Oh man, I'm terrible. The younger me would be getting very angry at the older me for being so lousy at this game. Yeah, that's it. So anyway, those are a handful of Atari 5200 games. Later on I will get into more detail and review more games more specifically. And there you have a glance at the Atari 5200. In my opinion, I do feel it is a system that's worth collecting. However, again, the issues with the controllers can be a real problem. So you're going to run into some issues when it comes to the controllers. As I mentioned earlier, there are alternative controllers, but they can be expensive and hard to come by. So if you're willing to invest the time and do a little searching, then yes, I would say the Atari 5200 is worth collecting for. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time when I give an overview of the ColecoVision.